Welcome. Let's look at the male and the female pelvis. This is the male pelvis and this is the female pelvis. If you look at the male and the female pelvis critically, you see that there are distinct differences between the two. In terms of strength, the male pelvis is more stronger than that of the female. And this is because the ligament holding the pieces of bones together to form the pelvis is less relaxed in male. In female, the ligament holding the pelvis together tend to undergo some form of relaxation under the influence of hormone that is called relaxin during childbirth process. So it tends to be stronger in male than that of the female. It is also heavier in male than female. So if you carry the male and the female pelvis, you see that the male pelvis will be heavier than what will be felt when you carry the female pelvis. Then talking about the length, the longitudinal configuration of the male pelvis is longer than that of the female. In female, it is shorter. This we can justify by childbirth process so that the baby does not need to pass through a long distance before it is finally being released to the outside. Talking about the transverse dimension, in terms of the weight in male, the male pelvis is less wider when you compare it to the female pelvis, which is more wider. So it is wider in female, and this can also be justified in childbirth process so that the head of the baby can have enough space to pass through before they are finally released to the outside. So the female pelvis tends to be wider than the male pelvis. Also looking at the pubic arch, which is the arch that is formed by the rami of the right and the left pubic bone. The pubic arch in male is less wider, while in female it is more wider. So this also can be justified by childbirth process. This will help to create a larger space for the outlet so that the baby can have more space to pass through during the childbirth process. Then talking about the acetabulum is an indentation that is seen on the lateral side of the pelvic bone. The acetabulum receives the head of the femur, which is the initial segment of the lower limb. For the male, it is less wide apart. For the female, the acetabulum is more wide apart. This is what gives the shape that is seen in female. Also talking about the pelvic brim, it is less wider in male. The pelvic brim is also more wider in female. This also can be justified by childbirth process so that the head of the baby can also have enough space to pass through it. So you see that pelvic brim or the pelvic inlet is wider in female. So we can see generally that the female pelvis is specially designed for birth process. I hope you find this useful. To get a comprehensive lecture on the pelvis, you can click on the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Let's meet again.